Okay, we are now leaving Dixie National Forest land of many uses, it says, and we're slowly heading into Cedar City. Cedar City. And the idea is to find some gas before we run out, because that's always a good thing to do.
Yes, and if we were to actually run into a swig, well then, there you go.
Yeah. Doing construction here, so this is where the other people are waiting to come up into the park, so they can only allow 1 lane's worth of traffic right now. And it's this way. Glad we didn't come up this way because it's pretty long.
Yeah, they're getting multiple. I'm sure you're having to wait through multiple rounds of the light.
Yeah. We only had to wait through 1 round of light. I like this canyon though. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, very beautiful view.
Used to make your drive worth it. Construction for the road, and this is where they get their road material from. Kind of crazy, all that limestone.
Talk about locally sourced.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And you get this beautiful red over there. We are now arriving in Cedar City, Festival City, USA. Except we'll have to see. And somebody really likes Trump. He made America great, they say. I don't know.
Debatable.
He's found a church with a plaque. So you know what? What do you say, Denise?
Always read the plaque, never read the comments.
Okay, so we gotta go read the plaque about the old rock church. The end of Highway 14. I didn't even know I was on Highway 14. What does it say, Denise?
This was the Cedar City Tabernacle. It was erected in 1885. The original tabernacle came in 1885 at the main and center. And that went only lasted until 1932. But in 1872, they suggested that this tabernacle be built to replace the social hall. The tower is 110 feet high. The excavation was dug in 1872, but then they paused. They built the St. George Temple, and they came back and they did it. This is all local.
You know, Denise, we just found a swig.
How could that have happened? Not certainly because I put swig. It's the Google directions. Yeah.
You gotta explain what swig is for people.
Oh, swig is the Utah equivalent of Starbucks. They have plenty of Starbucks here, but they also have a sizable contingent of people that do not drink coffee. And so swig is soda that has been altered and adulterated and made even more wonderful in the same way that Starbucks makes coffee more wonderful. And more expensive.
I notice a lot more people are driving through the swigs line than the food line.
Yeah, it's a little bit early for lunch.
It's 11:15 right now.
Yep.
We just ordered from the guy, and I have to say, like, yeah, this is totally a substitute for caffeine, because all the soda options, well, majority of the soda options had caffeine in it. I had a hard time, and AJ had a hard time finding a option that did not include caffeine, and I asked.
Most of their drinks are based off of Coke, Diet Coke, or Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Or
you can get a Sprite option.
Did you say Dr. Pepper too?
Oh, no, I didn't say Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper
yes,
is the
lots of Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, but it's hard to find something that's not caffeinated. We are now in St. George. We'll be getting off the freeway soon here. We're going to go to the BLM office, where at a minimum we should get at least 1 stamp here on Dixie Drive. But if we're lucky, we could get up to 3 stamps, Denise. Woohoo! I know, you're super excited. She got her drink, so she can't complain too much. We'll see how. Here at the Bureau of Land Management, and we're gonna see how many stamps we can get. Be able to get 3 stamps that'll count here. We got the Parashant stamp, the National Historic Trail, and we got the Vermilion Cliff stamp. And so they got a cool collection here of Indian artifacts, some pottery and stuff. So that is way cool. Man, that must have been like a puzzle to put all those pieces together again. Craziness. A lot of cool maps here. Oh, we got prehistoric impressions here. So some raptors were here. What kind of dinosaur was this? This was a Dilophosaurus, a double-crested lizard. Interesting. And here's some other minor rocks and minerals. All sorts of cool stuff in here. Found a bonus stamp just in front of the Smokey statue here. You can get a Smokey the Bear stamp. So if you go, you can get the Smokey the Bear stamp, which that's pretty cool too. Lots of cool stamps. Entering Colo Canyon as part of Zion National Park. Gotta show our entry fees here, or they will not let us pass, but we have our pass. Actually, we want to go to the visitor center there because we want the stamps.
Yes.
I don't even know if we need
Everybody knows why you're here.
No, they don't. I gotta say it like 5 billion times, or how would they know? We're at the Cedar City BLM office. Let's see if we can find a stamp here. Denise is being gracious and just putting up with it. Successful. We were able to get stamp number 18. Means we just need 2 more stamps, but I think we need 3 more units. So really, we'll be getting 3 more stamps. But every single one helped, so I'm excited. We're done with the federal park stamps for the day, so we're gonna check out some state parks, and we are here at the Pioneer Frontier State Park, and we're gonna check it out, see what's in this Pioneer Park. First thing you see is a bunch of heavy mechanical equipment and some plowshare equipment here in the entrance. Lots of wagon wheels, but you kind of had to expect that here, right, AJ? And the rocking chairs, because why not? Oh, it looks like they have an audio tour that you can take. You can just dial the numbers in. He's just like, no audio for me. So the first thing that we see in here is a 1925 Model T car. That's kind of cool. And then be a modern 49er, buy U.S. savings bonds. Lots of guns. Guns were important. Ooh, look, a program wagon. Very cool, nice wagon there. And we got a printing press. Different printing press. And over there you have an actual wagon. Conestoga wagon. All sorts of stuff to see in here. That looks like some type of day wagon.
This one is the Green Mean. It's a restored, some parts, the wheels are original, although obviously they've been restored and they used to be banded in iron, or they're banded in rubber.
Okay.
And the seat is original, but it has a new covering. The wagon box is totally new, but old dimensions.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the sled here. That's cool. Oh, look. First snowmobile right there. That tread right there. Kind of cool. The Elysian snowmobile. Water wagon. Ooh, and a funeral. Here's a hearse.
Hearse is a person, hearse of a vehicle.
All the barbed wire. A Surrey wagon, double seater. The dairy wagon over there. Wells Fargo Express. Got a record collection, and here's an old server's dress and a little thing to the Utah Parks Company. You could used to be able to rent a cabin out there, up there. Now they're just campsites. This is more like what I think of the Wells Fargo type wagon right here. Says you can take a photo inside, so I might just do that. At the rates on how much it costs to ride in one of these carriages, it was $200 to go from Salt Lake to St. Louis, and another $100 from Salt Lake to San Francisco. So if you were going the whole western route, that would be like $300 to ride in one of these not so comfortable wagons that wouldn't always be safe. But that's a lot of money. $300 back in the 1800s, that would have been a lot of money. Outside, there's even more wagons. What do you know? There's a Conestoga wagon. That was like the pickup truck of the West. Here's a Pioneer jail. Lots of log cabins out here. Let's go check out some of these log cabins. This one's an outside oven. And then in here, you have a small 1-bedroom cabin. Not much. Washing machine out here. Okay, the Deseret Schoolhouse.
Deseret alphabet.
Okay, what's the Deseret alphabet?
Oh, you don't know the Deseret alphabet?
Nope.
Oh, Brigham Young was so done with everything American that he tried to start a new alphabet. It did not, people learned it because he was Brigham Young and he was in charge of everything, and so they learned it. But it never really took off.
Oh. Okay.
But it was just one of those things, like everything they do over there, I'm done, including the alphabet.
He had his own alphabet.
He did. There's a whole sign over there about it.
Okay.
You can get a Book of Mormon from the Deseret alphabet and all that. But.
Okay. Up above the schoolhouse, of course, is where the schoolmaster would sleep. Mm-hmm. That's how it worked. Great commute, though. You just have to go from here to down here, and watch your head on the way down.
Now I gotta write.
Not bad.
Now I gotta write my name.
In the backside of a pioneer house here. We'll see if it's open. This is a nice home. The Hunter House by Joseph and Elizabeth Hunter, who came from Scotland as Latter-day Saints. This is not the original location, but it was actually moved over here. Parlor, complete with checkers. Let's see what's upstairs. One of the bedrooms here, complete with chamber pots. And somebody was disabled because that's a wheelchair. This must be the master bedroom because there's the baby area there. This must have been the nursery. Nice little pioneer home. The Hunsekers had a good life out here. Glad I didn't have to live it, but it was good. And I'm glad I didn't have to that one right there. That's what they would have to do. I kind of used an outhouse, but it was that one over there. Let's go check out this shearing shed. Raising sheep was a very important thing. They didn't have electricity, but they had mills, and they could hook up shearing instruments to things like this, and they could shear 10 sheep every half hour here, and so that's what they would do. They shear the sheep right here. I think this ramp here, looking at it, I think this ramp here, they would bring the sheep up here, shear them, and then push them down off these ramps. And then those ramps would take them into trucks, which would take them back to the farm again. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you like this little tour of us hunting stamps in Cedar City and in St. George. And if you do, please subscribe and like, and then watch the next video as we continue into Cedar City and we try to discover the Shakespeare Festival, which Cedar City is known for this Shakespeare Festival. So thank you for coming, and we will see you on the next one.